We are going to simulate some drone shots using AI tools. So I have these two shots here. You can download them in the assets folder. They basically are just two shots from MidJourney that are just cool little shots that could be drone shots, essentially. And what we're going to do, so just like we would with any other project, we need to up-res these images. So let's go over here to Gigapixel. You can use Big JPEG if you want to. And I want to grab those two images. And let's make sure that our output width is at least 4K. I'll just stick with 4K for now. And you can see it just makes it nice and crispy there. And then this is our winter scene, and then we'll let it run its course. There, good to go. Looks pretty darn good. So hit save and start. So the first thing we need to do is go over to LayaPix to create a depth map for our scenes. Now, we're not going to use LayaPix to do the actual animation. We're just using it to create the depth map. There's also plugins for After Effects that do depth maps. You can find links to those below this video. They do cost money, but it could just help save you a step so you don't have to use LayaPix. But LayaPix is free, which is nice. So let's make sure we grab our image here. So I'll grab this one first. And you can see that there's some warping here with this like weird radio tower thing. The background looks pretty good. Let's take a look at what our options are here. Count of motions more. Edge dilation set to 0. Let's turn up that edge dilation. I like the edge dilation because you can adjust the setting and see how it impacts your overall scene as you go. It's like with this one. Maybe about 0.2 is the right amount. And we could just do a little bit of cleanup here. So if you go to your depth map, we can zoom in on just this part right here, which is kind of the part that's getting messed up. Let me just preview it again so you can see. You see like these weird strings. It looks like there's like a spider web connected to the ground there. Admittedly, this is a bit of a challenging image here, but we can do our best here. So let's select our picker. We'll select this part of the image, and then we will just extend it up just a little bit here. Just like that. Then preview it. You can see that fixed quite a bit. There's a lot of movement left and right and some distortion right here, so we could hypothetically clean that up as well if we needed to. So for example, grab this level here. Just clean that up. Then pick right here. Just clean it up. Cool. And let's preview what we have here. Okay, much better. And there's a couple more things I'm going to adjust right on this edge right here. There's kind of some problematic areas here, so let me go ahead here, pick that area. Now we'll just paint over just that spot. Cool. Preview. Much better. Much better. So we'll ignore the little strands here. We could get more detailed if like painting and like really get in here and making sure that this is like the most perfect depth map. But I really want to illustrate the point here, so I'll just go ahead and download this one. So we'll go to share, and instead of downloading the video, we are going to download the depth map. So we'll go to depth map and go ahead and save that to our computer. And let's use the other image as well. So we'll grab the winter scene image. And you can see we have winter scene. This one looks a lot better. The movement looks, that kind of does look like a drone shot. So I'm happy with this. I'm not going to edit anymore. And we'll just download the depth map for this one as well. And save that to our computer. Okay, so we have both of those depth maps in there. So now let's import our high-res images and our depth maps into After Effects. So I'm going to make sure we have these high-res images, drag and drop them in there. And then let's get the depth maps. So to create a new composition in After Effects, essentially all you have to do is just grab one of your images and drop them into the composition icon here. This one's 10 seconds long. I'm going to say I actually only want this shot to be like 4 seconds long. You can right click and trim your comp to work area. So now we just have essentially an image. And let's go ahead and we will drop in our depth map over this image. So you can see that we have our depth map on top of our original image. So there's a really cool effect inside of After Effects that essentially will convert your depth map data into parallaxing, which essentially can simulate movement. So it's pretty cool. And to use that feature, essentially you just go to the Effects and Presets browser and we'll type in displacement. Displacement, and the effect is called the displacement map. And you want to put this on your actual image, not the depth map itself. And make sure that you change, so the effects pop up right here, and make sure that you change the map that it's generating from to be the depth map and not your actual image. So the depth map here. So, and for the displacement, you can change it to luminance instead of the red and green. Cool. So it's pulling from luminance, and now if we adjust, for example, the horizontal displacement, you can see it moves to the left and right. If we push it too far, you can see it kind of starts messing up there. So we have a little bit of wiggle room there. And then same thing with vertical. You can see we can move it up and down, and you know the background moves at a different rate than the foreground. So kind of interesting. Cool. So there are some black borders here, but we don't have to worry about that for now. So typically numbers anywhere from 0 to 20 look okay. When you push it beyond that, it can tend to kind of mess up. So I'm going to reset this to 0. There's essentially no changes right now. And let's set a keyframe for both of these amounts. And I think I just want to do for this one like a zoom, like a flyover, like it's going kind of straight over the scene here. And so we'll just use vertical displacement. So I'm going to start out lower, start out around 20. And then we'll move forward, and by the end of the shot, I want it to be kind of higher up, let's say about, before it starts to distort, oops, and maybe about 2. So we essentially have this movement where it just kind of tilts down, like this. And we can push it further if we wanted to, but for this one, I just want it to be pretty simple. You can see that it just has this parallaxing. It kind of looks like the drone is just lifting upwards. Okay, cool. So we have this drone footage now in this composition. And what I want to do is actually simulate the drone moving through the scene. So I want the drone to look like it's pushing forward. And in order to do that, I'm going to create a new composition. And this composition is going to be HD. So a much smaller frame. And I'll just call this one the drone flyover. And I'll drop in, we have our original drone comp. And I'll drop in our original drone comp into this composition here. You can see that it has that movement, and we will trim the comp to the work area just like that. And now we can scale down. You can scale down this image here. And I want to see the scale and the position. I'm going to set a keyframe for those both. We'll move forward, and then I want to move the scale in and the position down just a little bit. So now if we play this back, we see we have this really cool scene with parallaxing that feels like a drone is essentially flying over the scene. And you can see because the background is moving at a different rate, it feels much more realistic. Sweet. And one way that we can take this one step further is inside of After Effects, there's a tool called an adjustment layer. So we go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer. Essentially, an adjustment layer allows you to add effects to it, and then the adjustment layer will affect every layer below it. And so if you add like a color effect, it will color affect everything below it, but not everything above it. And there's a really cool effect called the lens, CC lens, and we can add that to our scene and add it to our adjustment layer. And by default, it's super over the top, way too much. But we can actually change the size. I'm going to make it much bigger. So if I keep it at like 150, you can see it creates this like fisheye effect. So as it moves, it's like it's on a fisheye lens, which is kind of interesting. But if we actually turn it up a lot, so let's say to about 380, it creates a little bit of warping on the edges. It's very, very slight. It's hard to tell, especially in a tutorial video, but there's some slight stretching that's happening. You can see, like, it's kind of the adjustments. There's some slight stretching happening, but that is actually simulating the way a camera would look if you were moving through space like this. The edges you would expect, especially if it was like fisheye drone lens, you would expect it to kind of stretch like that. So now, if we play it back, we see we have this drone shot. And as far as the parallaxing and movement is concerned, it would be very hard to tell that this wasn't a drone shot literally on a drone. Like my Mavic, which I almost got arrested in Spain for using because I flew it in the wrong spot. But that's another story. So let's do one more shot. I want to push this further. So I'm going to grab this winter scene, and we'll make sure we name this appropriately. It's called winter scene. And let's drop in the depth map right on top. And we'll go to our Effects and Presets browser, type in displacement, drop in the displacement map onto the bottom layer, change the displacement map layer to be the displacement map, the top one. And it's still pulling the data. You know, the eyedropper's off, but it still can pull the data from the layer. We'll make sure that it's pulling the reference imagery from luminance instead of the red and green channel. And now we can adjust the settings, the left and right, just like that. I'm going to make this one much more dramatic because I feel like this depth map is allowing us to create some more over-the-top movements. So I'm going to set this one, we're going to push it really far. So I'm going to say we'll start at 75 and 40. I'll move to the end, and we will move down pretty far. I don't know, like 45. Then we'll move over. Negative, say like 45. So now we have this really exaggerated movement. Like that. Pretty cool. And again, we're going to take this scene, and now we want to drop it into a new composition. So let's create that new composition. I'm going to set the duration to, we'll keep it at 10. And 1920 by 1080, 24 frames per second. We'll drop the winter scene in there. And now we can essentially adjust this by hand. So again, the movement basically just pushes the camera up and to the right or to the left. So maybe we do the opposite for this one. Maybe we zoom out. So we'll start like here. So I'll hit P and S. And if you hold down P and S, you can pop up scale without having to do the whole menu there. We'll set keyframes, move over here, zoom out, and then move it here. So we have this crazy vertigo shot. Zoom out more. That. Got this crazy drone shot. Looks really interesting and very natural. If I saw this shot, I wouldn't. I really would not assume that this was not just some sort of realistic drone scene from a film. So there you go. So it's a pretty cool effect. And you can see that because we are kind of zooming in at the same time that the scene is zooming out, it's creating this really interesting vertigo effect. It's kind of making the whole scene feel just a little more trippy. And you can just play with this, as they say in Texas, until the cows come home, and really create some really interesting cinematic shots. That is so, so cool. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's how you can simulate drone shots using MidJourney images and After Effects.